month and a half ago, I got an hour 40, so I have to trim my time down by 2 minutes. You can tell I've been a great husband. I definitely listen very, very well. Push yourself to the limits. Push past those mental barriers. Love you.
Love you too. You're gonna do great.
Thank you. Thank you.
First place! What the heck?
How to train for a half a marathon. I really believe this all starts with having a goal. You have to have a goal time that you want to run for the half marathon. So I've ran one half marathon before. I think it was like 4 years ago, 2019. I had some friends just invite me out for a run and they're like, hey Troy, do you want to run 8 miles tomorrow? I was like, sure, why not? And so I started running these 8 miles with them like every Wednesday. And then I had another friend named Alfonso, shout out to you Alfonso, who really allowed me to fall in love with running. And so we would go out on these long mile runs every other Saturday pretty much. And we would run like 10, 11 miles. And one Saturday he just goes, Troy, do you want to run a half marathon? So have a goal of a time that you want to have. That is the number one thing, because everything is going to be based around that specific time when it comes to your training during the week, how many long runs that you're going to go on, how much speed work that you're going to do. Also with that, like, set a realistic goal for yourself. If it's your first time running a half marathon, don't set a goal of, oh, like I'm gonna run this like in an hour 30, because now that's gonna lead up probably to you getting injured. So just like a tortoise in the hare, like, you know, kind of go at it nice and easy at first. And then as you're getting this experience in running long distances, that's when you're gonna start setting your goals a little differently. I've ran one half marathon in the past, but I've been running for about 4 or 5 years now for long distances. I have a goal to run this half marathon in an hour and 38 minutes. I already reached my time of that I had as a goal for an hour and 40 minutes. And so now I've set that goal for even a quicker time of an hour and 38 minutes. I want to set that bar high for myself, because I used to be a former athlete as well. And that's one of the great things about running. You're honestly competing against yourself. And so I would say, number one, have a goal time that you would want to reach. I would suggest finding an app as well that's going to allow you to track your timing throughout your training process. So if it's a training process of 3 months, if it's a training process of 6 months, whatever it is, I use 2 apps, Nike Run Club app, and I also use Run with How as well. And the one that I recommend the most is Run with How. Run with How is an awesome app. It lays out when you should go on your long runs, when you should go on your short runs, when you should be working speed work. It creates a plan for you pretty much based on the time that you want to get. And you'll see in the plan, like, oh, it'll give you like a grade A if you've been hitting all your goals, or it'll give you like a grade F if you haven't been hitting your goals. Also, something that's really important too is strength training. You're gonna have to have a strong lower body. You're gonna have to have a strong upper body, because you're pushing yourself to the max pretty much during this whole entire run. And so I recommend working out at least 3 days a week of strength training, and that's 2 days upper body and 1 day lower body. If that's 2 days lower body, 1 day upper body, whatever it is, but get in the weight room and stay in the weight room and just work on different things. You know, work on your back squat, work on your deadlift, work on bench pressing. All these different exercises are going to be super important for you when you're going into your half marathon training. And something that I was doing consistently, I was playing basketball 3 to 4 times a week as well. I would go on my long runs, like on a Sunday, run for like 10 miles, but also play basketball for like an hour and a half. But then also go to the gym and get a good weightlifting session in as well. And so those are like the 3 biggest main takeaways when it comes to everything physically that you would want to do. Prepare yourself mentally, because there are going to be plenty of days where you get up early in the morning and you're like, oh my gosh, I do not want to run today, or I do not want to get this strength session in, or I just don't feel like doing anything today. Or you might be in the middle of a run and you're like, all right, I've gotten 2 miles in, I have 10 miles to run and I just want to quit. And I think that is so important, is to be able to train your mind to do hard things. And so this might look very different for some people. It might look like some self-talk, like talking to yourself in the third person. So something that I do when I go out and run and I feel like I physically can't do it, but I know mentally I can push through it, I'd be like, Troy, you got this. Or Troy, you can do it. And we start believing in ourselves and start believing that we can do certain physical things. This is going to allow us to be able to push past that physical pain, or that, oh, I don't feel like getting up today, or, oh man, I can't run another mile. But when you push past those limits, that's going to allow you to ultimately to reach your goal of whatever your goal that you have set. Other things as well is definitely your food intake. You definitely want to carb up. Don't be afraid to eat those carbs. So mix in bagels several times a week, mix in some oatmeal, mix in some potatoes, mix in these carbs, because when you're going out on these long runs, you are burning a lot of calories, and you're gonna need for your body to replace the calories that you are burning. But carbs are going to burn off a lot more. They're going to burn slower than just if I just ate a whole bunch of salad. You know, that's not going to be able to sustain you for a long run, because all that is water. And so I would say definitely eating properly is super important. So every single day I've pretty much over the last like 3-4 months, I've been eating the same things consistently, usually 3 eggs in the morning for breakfast, either some turkey sausage or chicken sausage or bacon. However much protein that I could get in specifically during breakfast was super important for me, especially after my long runs, because I would just be completely depleted. I would be exhausted, and we need to restore our body with all the nutrients that we just lost. And a couple other things to include is your caffeine. You know, like me, I love drinking Alani. That's my source of caffeine. Or even just black coffee, I would definitely recommend getting in caffeine before you go on your long runs, because it's going to be able to push you. And then also something that I've been starting to incorporate as well are gels. Gels are full with carbohydrates. A lot of them usually have anywhere between 23 grams to 26 grams of carbs. And when you're going out on these long runs, your body needs an energy source. And so I would recommend getting some Go gels, or I would recommend like Honey Stingers or a brand like that. And so just be prepared nutritionally. So a little bit about my history when it comes to running. I know I was mentioning earlier, 2 of my friends really allowed me to fall in love with running when they invite me out to run 8 miles with them. I'll take you a little bit further back than that. I was a college baseball athlete. I played Division I baseball at the North Carolina Central University. I was playing in my senior year, and I actually ended up tearing every single muscle in my knee. So I tore my ACL, my MCL, my meniscus, blew out my hamstring, all on my left knee. I had to have reconstructive surgery. I had to learn how to walk again. I had to learn how to run again through my rehab process. And so once I started my running rehab during that time, I really fell in love with running, because I forgot like how good this actually felt to run. And it was something I think before I just took for granted, to be honest with you. And so after that moment of having my surgery and going through the rehab process, I told myself, like, I'm not going to take this for granted anymore. And I'm going to run at least 3 to 4 days a week for as long as I can, because I don't want to be in that place again where it's like, all right, I got to learn to run again or anything like that. And so I was back in 2015, but I really started falling in love with running in 2018. Shout out to Shane, shout out to Tyler Stakey, and shout out to Alfonso. You guys really allowed me to fall in love with running. There's just something about being able to compete with yourself, and to be able to set this goal and to be able to reach this goal. Because while you're out there running, I'm not necessarily worried about anybody else. I'm like, all right, I've set this goal for myself and I want to reach this goal. And like, once I reach that goal, I'm like, all right, I want to set a new goal pour myself. I think the other thing too, it just pushes you so mentally, you know, like running is tiring. And you're going to get to these points where you're just like, I cannot run another mile. I can't run another half mile. Or I have 30 seconds to be able to reach my goal. And you get to this point where it's like, all right, you just dig in a little bit deeper and you're able just to challenge yourself mentally, like when your legs are just tired or you can't, like there's been times where like my feet have fallen asleep because I have poor circulation in my feet, but I'm like, you know what, I'm going to be able to press through this. I'm going to be able to reach my goal of whatever my goal was. I had a goal coming into this year that I wanted to run a half marathon. And honestly, I didn't think it was going to happen this quickly, but I was just like, you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna set this goal. We're gonna run a half marathon an hour 40, but now we've changed that goal to an hour 38 minutes. I also have a goal by the end of this year to run a full marathon, and I know that's going to push me more mentally than I've ever been pushed before. So tomorrow is the Superhero Dash. The race starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna get up somewhere between 4 and 4:30. I'm going to read my Bible. That's most important. I'm gonna read my Bible. I'm gonna get my caffeine in. I'm probably gonna eat a bagel. I'm gonna eat some overnight oats that I'm gonna prepare tonight, and I'm just gonna fuel up. I have about anywhere between 2 to 3 large glasses of water. I'll also get my amino acids in. I use Redcon amino acids. They are excellent. I definitely recommend them. And just hoping that the weather tomorrow is cooperating. I honestly hate running in windy weather. I also want to talk about the training period leading up to the half marathon, but specifically the last week. This last week has looked totally different than all of my other weeks. I've scaled back all of my runs to about, I think this week I was running 3 to 4 miles early on during the week, so like Monday through Wednesday, Thursday, and then these last 2 days I haven't ran at all. So for yesterday, for example, I went to the gym. All I did was just stretch. I got in the sauna, sweated out all the gook and all the bad stuff that I had in my body. So another thing that I did as well, I was getting anywhere between another hour to 2 hours of rest for those nights. And even tonight, we're gonna go to bed early. I want to be asleep by 9 o'clock, hopefully. So tomorrow I just feel rejuvenated. I feel ready to go, and I know I'm gonna feel antsy, so there might be a couple of times where I get up in the middle of the night, but that's the reason why I want to go to bed early at 9 o'clock. I'm really bad at math, but we're about 12 hours actually exactly from race time, and so I feel great. I feel ready to rock and roll, and let's get it. Push yourself to the limits, push past those mental barriers, and set a goal that you want to reach, and just stick to the plan that is ahead of you. And that goes far beyond running a half a marathon. It might be something financially, it might be a goal that you have for you in your everyday life, but don't give up. Follow the plan, stick to it, and see it through to the end. So now I'm going to prepare my overnight oats, and also I might have a half bagel tomorrow morning, so we shall see. So my wonderful wife Alex taught me how to make overnight oats, and I'm still learning to make the best version. 1.5 cups of oats, then you stick 1 scoop of protein powder. We use Orgain chocolate protein powder, which is absolutely phenomenal and tastes great. Put that right in there. Then after the protein powder, you want to go with some Greek yogurt. We use non-fat yogurt. You can go any other yogurt flavor that you would want to, but we like non-fat Greek yogurt over here. So you can tell I've been a great husband. I definitely listen very, very well. And then the very last step, add some milk to everything. You're going to put the spoon in, and then you're just going to start stirring around until it becomes nice. And you don't want it too thick, And so you can also add fruits to this as well. And so like sometimes when I have this during the week, I'll add some banana, or I'll add some frozen berries or strawberries. When I'm feeling extra fancy, I'll throw some extra granola in there. But here we have it, our overnight oats. It's going to taste great tomorrow morning, and the best part of it, that spoonful afterwards. All right, I'm done. Happy Sunday, everyone. It is race day. It is 6:10. We are on the way to the race. Check-in starts at 6, but there's no point in getting there super early, just being cold. But we're about 30 minutes away. Super excited, and we're gonna keep you guys posted how this race goes, and we'll show you guys plenty of clips during the race, after the race, and all the things.
How do you feel?
Feel great. We are finally here, getting the body nice and loose, nice and ready. I feel about an 8 out of 10.
Okay, 8 out of 10. What's your goal?
Hour 38.
An hour 38. And why an hour 38?
Because a month and a half ago, I got an hour 40, and so I had to trim my time down by 2 minutes.
Okay. Hey, you got it.
We got it.
What are you wearing?
Got my Merc vest. I got all my snacks.
What you got?
My my gels. I almost forgot the name of them. My goo gels.
Your goo gels. That's the start.
I just need to stretch now.
Wait, so where are y'all running?
I have no idea. Oh, everybody.
Oh, okay. Stretching. Can you come to the bathroom with me?
Huh?
Can you come to the
I
bathroom
got
with me?
7 minutes. I gotta warm up.
You got 7. We got 7 minutes to go to the bathroom real quick. It's a porta potty.
Love you.
Love you too. You're gonna do great.
Yeah. Oh, I finished first?
Yes.
Woo!
Wow. You okay?
Yeah.
Here you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
First place. What the heck? You did so good.
Thank you. Woo! Just finished Superhero Dash. Just by mistake, I won first place.
My mistake.
By mistake, no, I'm kidding. I wasn't aiming to win first place, honestly, because I wouldn't consider myself an avid or a very experienced runner, like I'm somewhere in the middle. But I won first place today. I finished around an hour and 35 minutes and 46 seconds. The race went well. It was crazy. I got out of the block, I started running, and then I noticed it was just me and another guy. I didn't get really tired until about mile 10 or so, and I just locked it in. Just told myself I gotta finish this race and beat an hour 38, and I ended up getting an hour 35 and 46 seconds. And so now we're gonna go get some breakfast and just chill out for the rest of the day, because my body is hurting so bad right now. But shout out to my wife Alex was on the camera. She had water and snacks ready for me as I crossed the finish line. And yeah, I'm just tired. And if you're not first, you're last.
He's not competitive.
Not at all.
Hey.
Oh, I should have got
Post-run meal, except I did not run.